Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I have a Blend Bunny haul. Now, I ordered this and then it arrived, and then 2 days later the Ellis Atlantis palette and collection got released, so I haven't picked that up. But I did pick up something I think is pretty special. I picked up 3 palettes. The reason predominantly for this little impromptu haul was that Blend Bunny had to, I think it was like mid-March, late March time, had to basically sell the Sugar and Grunge palette for 50% off because of some sort of, I don't really know what was happening. I think someone was trying to basically say they owned the word grunge, and I'm like, you don't own the word grunge. It's like, I'm not skilled on the whole law situation, but I really didn't want to miss out on this palette. I have seen this palette and it's kind of one of those things where for me, because I have so much makeup, I tend to kind of have makeup on my wish list for a while, and then I'll just, especially when it's overseas purchasing, I will say that, I save up like a big cart full and then do an order, because I'm still paying that customs like fee. I'm still paying the customs fee no matter what. So for me, it makes sense to pay the same amount on a larger order than in multiple times, if that makes sense. So I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna have to dive in and go get it. So I haven't got the Ellis Atlantis collaboration. I'm still pondering on whether I want to pick that one up. It's a really, really large palette. And because I do own every other Blend Bunny palette now, I'm just kind of like, oh, it's just like a big palette, and I'm not a massive fan of big palettes. This is as big as I like to go, like genuinely, this is like my perfect large sort of size palette. I don't like to get any bigger than this, and I just feel like that one is monstrous. However, the colours are really cool. So let me know, do you want me to either pick that one up, or do you think I should skip on it? Do you want me to dupe it out with the Blend Bunny palettes that I already have? Like, let me know a little bit of feedback on that one, because it does look really, really pretty, and it says volume 1, and because you know I'm a completionist, if they bring out a volume 2 and then volume 1 isn't available, I then can't get volume 2. Like, it just works out like that. So let me know if you think I should pick that up, or if you think I should do something completely different and still talk about it, but maybe dupe it with these. Let a girl know, let a girl know. So yeah, I picked up the Sugar and Grunge palette. I'm really glad that I was able to get my hands on this. Like I said, it was 50% off on her website. I know that if I use this as a reference in future, then some people aren't gonna be able to get this, but she did say, I'm pretty sure she did say that she's gonna bring this palette back with a different name and maybe with some improved formulas or whatnot, but I just wanted to get my hands on it now because that's just typical me. Inside this palette, we have some beautiful pastel tones, really light shimmers, and these deep dark mattes. And I feel like they're really interesting shades. Like these shades here, like really rosy. They're kind of like cool toned, but muted at the same time. Like they're just like very grungy. They're very, very grungy. You know I'm attracted to the greens over here. You know I'm attracted to the greens. But I also love the blues, and oh, I just think it's so nice. And these grays here, they're kind of like grays that aren't typically like black and white grey. They have like something about them, like some sort of swampiness to them, and I really like it. I think this with like a pop of colour on the lid is going to look so nice. So I picked this one up. Obviously I will give you swatches, you can see the swatches on the screen now, but I really like the packaging, the concept, and I feel completely gutted for the brand that they've had to essentially close up shop on this palette just because someone else decided they owned the word grunge. I think that's what it was. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just a really, really nice palette, and I love Blend Bunny formula. To be honest with you, I'm the sort of person that if she did come out and reformulate this and there was that much of a dramatic difference, I'd probably pick that one up too. I really love this brand's formulation, and when I love a brand and I love a brand's formulas, concepts, colour stories, I'm a diehard fan, and I do get collectory about it until I stop liking them. A little bit like Pat McGrath. I love Pat McGrath, collected all of her motherships, and now they've started not screaming my name because they're so samey, so I don't get them anymore. But when she brings out a palette that does call my name, maybe I will pick it up, you know? So I got that one. I also got the Sickly Sweet palette, which this one is like pastel heaven. Look at this one. So you've kind of got this, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like skull and crossbones. I kind of like, I like them in the right setting, but they are just not my thing. I don't like skull and crossbones. I don't know why, I just don't. Just anything to do with death, I don't really like it. It's not my aesthetic is what I should say. It's not quite my aesthetic. But I love that you got it in a cotton candy and it's like sickly sweet. So like, I don't know, deathly cotton candy. I'm not too sure actually what the connotations of that are, but the packaging again, really, really lovely. And inside, this is far different from what we're used to from Blend Bunny, and I think this is really, really fun. I recognise that she did switch up the layout of her palettes, and I think this is really, really fun. You've got some deep shades here to really like make these looks that you create with this palette not so flat and not like white and wish-washy, but then the amount of pastels, and they're so interesting. Like, it's not your typical rainbow pastels, you've got some really interesting shades, and I just honestly, I've never seen a palette quite like this. I've seen takes on this sort of thing, but this is really unique in my personal opinion, and I just can't wait to get into this. I think it's really, really pretty. Like, you know, you can see the swatches up now. It's a really unique palette, and there's so many pastel shades in here that I think I'm going to pull in this palette for a lot of looks that I do, especially when I have the sort of colours that are quite different and unique from that perspective. I really like this. I think also, just to draw a bit of a comparison between the two, so you've got the Sickly Sweet on top and the Sugar and Grunge on the bottom, you can definitely see, even though this palette, the Sugar and Grunge, has pastels in it, how it's just slightly different in the sense of it's just a bit more muted and a little bit more, it's like, I was gonna say less saturated, but I suppose that's what muted means. It's just different, like really, really unique shades, whereas this one is definitely brighter, poppier, kind of like Eastery, springtime appropriate. But yeah, this is definitely brighter in that sense, but I think they're going to really complement each other well. When I hold them up, they definitely look like part of the same family. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have fun with these. And then finally, I picked up the Machina palette. I believe this was a collaboration with her dad, who was battling cancer, which is, it's kind of like a sad but nice story at the same time, that she was able to create something with her dad and have this like as a legacy palette and the concept. I think that she like mostly created it by herself, but the idea and the colours that he mentioned are in this palette, and it's really quite different for the brand. Let me open it up. I feel like this one definitely has more of a story because of that. Honestly, the packaging is absolutely stunning. I'll show you all the close-ups in a moment, like I always do. But my goodness, this palette is absolutely beautiful, and it's just so different to what the other Blend Bunny palettes are. I feel like it still has loosely that formation, you know, of like the colours, like the blues, the greys, the greens, the like peachy reds, the purples, the pinks. Like, there's still loosely that format of light to dark, colour by columns, but it feels different. I'm not sure that I love the look of this palette with the black background. That is something that I was a bit like, ah, interesting, because I really love the packaging, and then I take the colours in isolation and I love every single colour, but for some reason, and I don't know if it's just my brain, I don't know why, but I'm just like, and then when I look at them individually, I'm like, God, that's beautiful. God, that's beautiful. I'm going to create some beautiful looks, like the swampy greens, the monochromatic, like grey to silver situation here. Like this row right here, that red and peach, oh, chef's kiss. It's going to be so delightful. So honestly, I'm really excited to get my fingies into this one and show you all the swatches. This is a really unique palette in my view. It's kind of that grungy feel to it, and it does feel quite futuristic in a really weird way. You've got a good mix of deep shades, some bright shades in there. The white is definitely going to help with like inner corner situations for me, because some really lovely metallics. It is very matte heavy. Blend Bunny does tend to be matte heavy. She's known for her mattes, and bloody hell are they brilliant. So I don't mind that this is matte heavy. It's really, really cool, and I envisage myself playing around with this a lot. I think it's bloody awesome, and I just love the packaging. Like, look at that. It's like supposed to be like an AI with life coming together, like a robot, like AI and humans coming together. I think it's really, really cool. I really like it. So that was it really. I just wanted to show you my little Blend Bunny haul, kind of just give you some swatches, just a really, really quick video. And yeah, let me know what I should do about that Ellis Atlantis collaboration, because I do own all of the Blend Bunny palettes now, and it feels like a shame not to have something, but it is completely like a different size, which kind of frustrates me, because I have the, is it the Siren palette? It's like the mermaidy one. That's a different size, and so is the nude palette. I can't remember anything today. I'm literally just like, mind is blank. But I've got the one with the lips on it, like the nudie sort of palette, and that's really nice, and that's a different size. So maybe I shouldn't be so concerned about the fact that the palette's gonna be a different shape. I don't know, it's just a big one, but the colours are beautiful. Maybe I should just take the plunge and buy it. I need your guidance. I need you to tell me what I should do, because I've just literally bought 3 palettes from them. I feel like I need to use these before justifying a purchase again. but then I know I'm gonna love it. This is my issue. This is my issue. When you love a brand and you love the formulation and you love the colors and you love everything they do, it's difficult to not just want to buy it because you know you're gonna love it. So yeah, I don't know. If you've got any of these palettes, let me know. Did you manage to pick up the Sugar and Grunge palette? If you didn't, are you going to be looking out for when she reformulates / rebrands this palette? I certainly will be, just to see what differences she's going to make to it. I tend to have Blend Bunny kind of just like out on my desk quite often, and I do find that the palettes do end up coming out most of the time with any look that I do, especially when I'm off camera, to be honest with you, because sometimes it does get a bit too much, like listing loads of products that I've been using. I try to use as fewer products as possible, just so it's a little bit more comprehensive and it's not like, where did you get that lipstick? Oh, well, it's a combination of 7 different lip products that I combined myself. Like, oh my God, the drama, absolutely not. So I do try to keep them quite refined. Whereas when I'm on my own time, I always have Blend Bunny palettes out to kind of blend things together, but equally using my other palettes. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my very quick micro haul of my Blend Bunny palettes and enjoyed the swatches. I love swatching eyeshadow, so I hope you do too. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what I should do with this bloody Ellis Atlantis palette. I'm so stuck. Tell me what I should do, guide me. Thumbs the video up if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell because then you'll be notified of all the videos I upload. Thanks so much for watching once again. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.